I would like to acknowledge and pay tribute to them. They are all the pride of France, the police force, the gendarmerie, the intelligence services, all of those who contribute and participate in the investigation and the identification of the victims.
French President Hollande on the police officer's quick action in shooting the terrorist in Nice. President Obama had this comment about U.S. police forces.
Police departments that are doing the best work are also training their officers not just on shooting, not being good shots, not just on the technical aspects of police work, but they're also training officers about how do we get rid of some of our implicit biases. And we all have them. Black folks have them, white folks have them. We all carry around with us some assumptions about other people. And I think if we're honest with ourselves, that because of the history of our country, and because of the images we receive as we're growing up, etc., oftentimes there's a presumption that black men are dangerous. And so that has to be worked through.
With me now, Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark. So, Sheriff, there are varying portrayals of the police by two world leaders. Those were in different contexts, I want to point out. Do you see a comparison?
It's like night and day. Hollande seems to appreciate the work of the police force in France, the intelligence services he mentioned, and President Obama. And I say this with no hyperbole intended. He is the most anti-cop president I have ever seen in my 38 years of policing. He does nothing but sit up there and just tear the American police officer down, finds fault with us. You know, I noticed that he was pointing his finger, sticking actually a finger in the eye, I should say, of white folks, talking about their biases and things like that. He's real quick to talk about how white folks are racist, but he didn't acknowledge the situation in Dallas where you had a black racist. He doesn't acknowledge people or organizations like the New Black Panther Party, a racist organization, the Nation of Islam, a racist organization. But it's always the white man's fault, you know. And America's getting tired of this rhetoric. They really are. And every time he opens his mouth, he just adds more fuel to the fire.
Sheriff, I want to ask you this. There are a lot of developments between Nice and the attack there, what we are witnessing right now in Turkey. How prepared are we to have safe conventions?
Well, look, the world's on fire. We know that. The United States is upside down right now with some of the things that are going on here. This is Obama's new normal. The law enforcement agencies in Cleveland, they're prepared. They're prepared for anything that might go on. You know, you always hope for the best, but you prepare for the worst. And in that way, no matter what happens, you'll be able to handle the situation. I have complete confidence in the law enforcement that's in Cleveland assembled for this Republican National Convention, as well as the Democrat National Convention. We know how to police these things. We've done it before. Bigger events than this. This isn't as big as something like the Super Bowl, you know, Super Bowl week, some of those events. So I think they'll be fine. There may be some disturbances. There's for sure going to be people who are going to show up that just want to agitate and cause trouble, but they'll be dealt with appropriately.
Sheriff David Clark, thank you as always. I need to bring our viewers up to speed as well on what